Welcome to iLecture Online. Now here we have the same problem, or almost the same problem as we did on the previous video, but in this case both pulleys have mass and both pulleys have that same radius. So they both have that moment of inertia. Now what's going to be the acceleration of the mass? Well, we also need to find the tensions on the two strings because they're not going to be the same. Again, for the reason that this pulley now has mass. So we also need to find the acceleration. And so let's call the acceleration of the mass here, let's call this acceleration A. And then if we take a small little piece on the string here, the acceleration over here is going to have to be 2A, because the way the string wraps around this pulley as it goes down, the acceleration of this string down here as this pulley begins to turn will be twice as much as the acceleration on here, or the velocity of this piece on the string will be twice the velocity of the pulley coming down. All right, then what we should do probably is start working with this pulley right here. And instead of using the equation F equals ma, we're going to use the equation torque equals I times alpha. We also have to remember that the equation that we have alpha, or normally we have A is equal to R times alpha, but in this case we need 2A is equal to R times alpha, because we're going to call this acceleration 2A and this acceleration A. So related to the angular acceleration of this disk right here, 2A is going to be used, so we write 2A equals R alpha. Now, the torque is going to be the tension, in this case tension 1, times the radius, that is equal to the moment of inertia disk, which is 1/2 the mass times the radius squared, times alpha. Now alpha is going to be equal to 2A over R. And then we can see that this R cancels out that R, and this R cancels out that R, and the 1/2 cancels out the 2. And so now we have tension 1 equals the mass of the disk times the acceleration of this mass right here. Now we can take the second disk. Again, we're going to use the equation that torque is equal to I times alpha. Now in this case, for this alpha, we're going to use A equals R times alpha, because now we're dealing with this acceleration relative to the angular acceleration of that disk. And so the torque is going to be T2 times R, so it's going to be the torque caused by T2 minus the torque caused by T1. So the net torque is T2R minus T1R is equal to the moment of inertia, which is also going to be 1/2 mr squared, times the angular acceleration of A over R, like this. And then this R will cancel out this R, and this R will cancel out that R. These two R's, both of them, and the 1/2 doesn't cancel out, so we end up with T2 minus T1 is equal to 1/2 M times A, but we know what T1 is. T1 is equal to MA, so we have T2 minus MA is equal to 1/2 MA. So when we move this to the other side, we get T2 equals 3/2 MA. So now we also have an expression for T2. But then let's see here. Can we figure out the tension in terms of what's happening over there? So let's do this. Let's draw a free body diagram like this. And then we have T1 pulling up, T2 pulling up, and over here we have mg minus ma. So using the equation that the sum of all the forces in the y direction add up to 0, we have the two forces pulling up, so we have T1 plus T2 pulling up minus mg minus ma pulling down, that is equal to 0. So that means that T1, which is equal to MA, plus T2, which is 3/2 MA, minus mg plus ma equal to 0. We'll put a line here so we don't get confused. Now we need to isolate A. So we can write that MA plus 3/2, actually I can combine those, right? We have an MA plus 3/2, that would be 5 over 2 MA plus MA is equal to mg. So now if we factor out an A, we end up with A times 5 over 2m plus m equals mg. So finally I can write that the acceleration of the bottom mass is equal to mg divided by, let's write little m first, m plus 5 over 2m. Like that. So now we have the acceleration in terms of the two masses, the mass of the hanging weight and the mass of the two disks. And here we have tension 1, which is the mass of the disk times acceleration. Tension 2 is 3/2 the mass of the disk times acceleration. Of course, it makes sense that T2 has to be bigger than T1 in order to get this wheel to spin around, because it does have mass and it does have moment of inertia. So that is how we find the tension 1, the tension 2, and the acceleration of the system in the case that both pulleys have mass. And that is how it's done.